baby, I'm a wreck. Baby, you're a wreck. Ooh, certain things you just can't refuse.
Miles.
She wanna drive me.
Miles.
Yeah.
Are you finished packing for school?
Yeah. You'll be left in the dust. I'm my last shirt. You're the sunflower.
Come on, you a grown man now. Let's show these teachers that.
Where's my laptop?
¿A dónde lo dejaste?
No
Hey,
sé.
if you want me to drive you, we gotta go now.
No. I'll walk.
Personal chauffeur going once.
It's okay.
María, este nene me tiene loca. Miles, gotta go.
In a minute. In a minute.
Mama, gotta go. In a minute. Papa, llámame. See you Friday.
Okay, mommy. Hasta luego.
Oh, look who's back. Yo, what's going on, bro?
Hey, I'm just walking by. How you doing?
No te olvides de dónde vienes.
Seguro que sí. Yo, Miles.
You good at earthquake last night?
Oh, what you talking about? I slept like a baby last night.
How's that new school?
So easy.
We miss you, Miles.
You miss me? I still live here. Wait, you miss me? Come on. Seriously, Dad. Walking would have been fine.
I wanted to talk to everybody about like this amazing legacy that Stan Lee left, but I feel like you guys are the best people to talk to in this, since I was part of that process. I mean, is this like the ultimate like project just to see his work in? I mean, because I know his stuff came from the comic book world and the animation, and it's just like good to see the comics in this form again, and right at this unfortunate time, and like how.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we've been talking a lot about Stan in the last few days and what he meant to us. You know, we started this journey when we were 11 years old in a comic book shop, and Stan Lee would write these letters, and they were to all the fans, and they were so welcoming and inclusive, and they were funny, and they were sweet, and you just got the sense that this guy wanted to include you in this enterprise of telling these stories. So, you know, that's in all of his writing. That's what like Peter Parker is all about, right?
Yeah.
Who's basically like a Jewish kid from Queens, who's lower middle class in the 60s, and they picked him to be this superhero instead of like a handsome guy from outer space or a billionaire or the prototypical hero character. So that move is radical.
And so Miles and all the other characters are a logical outgrowth of that, of saying like, here's a way to say like, it's democratic. Anybody could be behind the mask. It doesn't matter. If you get bit by that spider, you better step up, you know?
Yeah.
But also like, I know that you feel weak. I know that you feel like this is kind of silly. I know, and I know that like, it's kind of funny sometimes. But it doesn't mean it's any less important or you're any less capable. And that the power of that message when you're 11 to read that to me is like why we wanted to make the movie. Is to like have another 11-year-old and who's like doesn't have to be like a white boy. It could be a girl. It could be an African American Puerto Rican kid from a blended family. Like you could be a Japanese American girl from the future.
And he's saying you're not alone, and that's like the message of the movie.
Did you get any insight into like why he started that journey to create these characters just from working with? Like, did he give you any backstory on why that insight that you have that he wanted to make it democratic? Like,
I mean, I don't know that he's never spoke to us about that. I mean, he's written about it, and we just went into a little dive into his writing about his work because we were trying to come up with those quotations that we used at the end. And it's really interesting. One of the things he said is that like the most powerful thing the biggest superpower is love. Yeah. And it's the thing that all of us have. Yeah. But he also talked about how they were just trying to come up with like, what if there was like a superhero with regular problems? And there are also these guys like that are the sons of immigrants that are living in New York, and they're telling a story about themselves and how they feel like they're not necessarily looked at like, you know, heroic people, but they can do heroic things. Yeah. And so he wrote about that stuff. You know, when we were with him, we just like were recognizing how how warm and welcoming he was just as a guy. Because we're just dopes that
Yeah.
are like, oh,
But he was
Stan.
always-
We're like trying to make it in the animation
Yeah.
business.
We met him many years
Big
ago. And he was
fans.
so encouraging to us and inspiring, and so, you know.
How many like tens of thousands of people went up to him and was like, I'm such a fan, and he was so kind to everybody.
Yeah.
And so this is sort of a chance to pass on that legacy and try and inspire a whole new generation of kids.
And for you guys to step up, just wear the mask just like him. Like, you got to be the next Stan Lee. So y'all
Well,
keep
I
doing
don't know.
everything.
I wouldn't
mean,
say that, but you know, we just
it's
try
a
to
big
like
thing, but just
carry
aim
the
for it,
torch
'cause
a
y'all keep
little
doing
while.
that thing.
Yeah, I mean, like
Yeah.
take the baton and go like, I'm gonna take this a little bit down the road and hopefully give it to somebody else.
Well, this is a good step in that direction. Thank you
All
guys.
right,
for
man.
Thank
working
you
on
so
it.
much.
Great
Oh man,
Great.
thank you
Great
so
to
much.
meet you.
This was really fun. This is like a really